Well, good morning, everyone. And once again, welcome to another live this morning. Hope you're having a great start to your day. And we always appreciate you guys coming on. Maybe just give me a little thumbs up if you can hear me. And let me just see here, get some sound here. There we go. Can you hear me and see me? Okay. Hi, Mike. How are ya? From Norland. Brahim, how are you guys doing? Sandy Falls, Minnesota. How are ya this morning? Janice. Brahim. Yeah, I've had my coffee, Brahim. Rosalinda, Niagara Falls. There's the coffee. Madeleine, Kippawa, Quebec. And Bonnie, Manitoulin Island. Good morning. Fran, Orangeville. How are you? And Brahim says he can see me too. Okay, Jeanette from our staff, good morning. Carol from West Virginia. And Mike and Patricia from Windsor. Nick from our staff, good morning. Nellie, Happy New Year to ya. Georgie, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Madeleine says she can hear me loud and clear. Rita, good morning. Maria, Ottawa. Chantal, Ottawa. And Dave from Muskoka, good morning. Catherine from Parksville, British Columbia. Karen, Indiana. And Wendy. Wendy's, how are you? Gary, Bolton. Donna, Chaz. Kathy, Port Perry. Annette, how are ya? Irene, Yvette, bonjour. And Diane, North Bay. Nativity, good morning. And John and Linda, Fenland Falls. Verna, Utah. Hi, Verna. Donna, Belle Ewart. Sue. And Carol, Mount Pearl, Newfoundland. Chantal, right from my hometown, Sudbury. Alicia, North Bay. Tina. Guys, we're back. Margaret from Lakelet. Karen in Peterborough. Sandy. And Beverly, how are you? Louise. And Lori and Ryan in Sarasota, Florida. Joanne, Washego. Judy, New Brunswick. Dave, how are you? Dave and Helga, together. Phyllis. And Rita. Fran from Tilsonburg. Guys, thanks for coming on. We appreciate it. Wendy saying hi. Trish, how are you? Leela, Werner. Cheryl, how are you, Cheryl? Ann, Bethany. And IT, how are you? And guys, thanks for coming on. Dave, okay, let's get going. And Sue said she missed me. Like a toothache, I bet, eh? Okay, guys, a little announcement, okay? You might have got the email. If not, you're hearing it here. Starting, Wednesday's New Year's Day, right? So let's say the 1st or the 2nd of January, we're starting the reset, okay? Now, if you want to sign up for that, we're going to put a link. And the reason is because you can get a nice, if you go through it 30 days, and you want to do the reset with a big group of us, okay, you can sign up. And the reason is because if you do it, you get a real nice poker chip. They're being, I just talked to Tony Jr. He said they're really, really nice, okay, commemorating the fact that people get through the reset. So that's 30 days. If you want to sign up, we're going to put a link. Jeanette's going to put a link on so that you can sign up. If you haven't signed up already, if you get our emails. If you don't get our emails, guys, would you sign up for that? Go to martinclinic.com and sign up for our emails, because we put a lot of information on our emails that you wouldn't get necessarily watching our Facebook Lives, okay? So there's that. Now, the other thing that I wanted to mention, okay? And we're going to do this starting January 6th. So this would be for those who are not doing the reset but want to do a 1 week empty your liver, okay, program. 1 week to empty your liver. It only takes a week, guys. Now, let me just explain this, okay? What happens when you eat sugar, okay, and crappy carbohydrates? You pack up the liver. 50%, close to it. Even young people have what we call fatty liver. We want to change that. And you can, you can change it by emptying your liver. Now, even, like people go, Doc, I want to do a detox. What's the best detox? The best detox you can do is emptying your liver. So next Monday, we're going to start a 1 week. Anybody that wants to do this, 1 week, you do the reset for 1 week. Okay, you can do the reset for a month. That'll get rid of your insulin resistance. Okay, that's what that was created for. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But those of you who would like just to empty your liver from the holiday season, you can do that in 6 days. That's a fact. You empty your liver. If you eat eggs, meat, and cheese for 6 days, lay off the carbs, lay off the sugars, no bread, no pasta, no rice, no cereals, no noodles, no muffins, no bagels, no bread, no sugar, no juices, no store-bought milk. If you got a cow in the backyard, you can drink milk. I love milk, guys, when it comes from the cow in the backyard. When it hasn't been pasteurized and sent into the grocery stores sort of fat-free. I don't want you drinking that. Okay? So, 2 things you can sign up for. 1, let's do the reset for 30 days. It will fix insulin resistance, which leads to the 4, I kind of like this expression, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. What does insulin resistance lead to? Chronic disease, heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's, diabetes. I would add a 5th, autoimmune. Okay, so those are the announcements. Sign up for the 30-day program. You get a real nice poker chip at the end. And number 2, those who want to do 1 week to empty the liver, okay? It only takes 6 days. Maybe we'll do 7 together. Isn't it wonderful when we do things together? Okay, so guys, I just wanted to make those announcements with the new year fast approaching. Okay, well, I got about 20 studies I want to talk to you about. Okay? Now, every day, and I mean this, guys, every day I get questions on, let me get to this. I get questions on the newest designer drug. I call them designer drugs because they didn't come out of Hollywood, but Hollywood has made them famous. Okay? And these are Ozempic, Wegovy, weight loss. They weren't created for weight loss. They were created for diabetes. But now it's a craze where you get these injections. And guys, look, again and again, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I understand. I had a weight loss clinic. I had thousands of people come through our weight loss clinic. And our biggest thing in the weight loss clinic was changing fuels. When we got people to understand, look, let me just read this before I talk about just the average American. This is an American study. Canadians, we're the same, okay? We're the same. Average American consumes 80 grams of protein a day and 300 grams of carbs. We got that upside down. We got that upside down. So what we did in our weight loss clinic for years and years was show people how to change fuels. Your body was made to burn different fuels, and it all depends on what you're eating. So if you're a carbaholic or eating way too much carb like the average person is doing, 300 grams of carbs a day, you know what that does? It keeps your insulin, the secretion of insulin at a high level. Why do you think 93% of the population, why do you think 93% of the population have trouble with insulin? That's metabolic syndrome. What do we say about that? They're on the Titanic. Why is that? Why is that? Because we were never meant to eat that many carbs. We weren't meant to. You're meant to eat protein and fat, eggs, meat, and cheese. That doesn't mean you can't have any carbs. Well, you can't on the reset for 30 days. If you want to empty your liver, you can't have any carbs for 6 days. It'll empty your liver. Okay? But these designer drugs, Wegovy, Ozempic, it's all over the news. It's almost, you can't turn anywhere and someone's talking or someone is doing these medications. And guys, I gotta tell you, at the end of the day, it gives me a migraine. Why does it give me a migraine? Because they're looking for love in all the wrong places. This is just, it works. It works. It slows your mobility down in your stomach, in your bowel. It slows that digestive process down. Therefore, your sugars don't go up. It sounds wonderful. Guys, the side effects of these medications, we're going to look back. I'm telling you, we're going to look back at this and go, what the heck were we thinking? But everybody, they want a quick fix. People used to come into our clinic, weight loss, doc, give me a quick fix. No, I refuse to give you a quick fix. We want you to change fuels. We want you to go where you're burning carbs and sugars to burning protein and fat. If you change fuels, you'll get to a rocket fuel and your body will thrive, will make you healthy, and with that will come weight loss, where you're not losing muscle. That's the problem with these medications. Most of it is muscle loss and not fat loss. So the second you stop these injections, guess what happens? The weight comes back on and then some. Guys, it's, look, like I said, I get it. But I have to be like John the Baptist, warning people in the wilderness. Heads up, there's lots of side effects. Look at this one, okay? This one came out. I picked it up over the weekend. Hold on a minute. Where is it here? Okay, new study on eye rotting disease with Wegovy and Ozempic. Yikes. Eye rotting disease. Yeah. That was one study. Eye rotting disease. Yikes. Here's one. People that take 1 out of 43. That's significant, guys. 1 out of 43 people who take Wegovy or Ozempic get pancreatitis. Well, they didn't tell us that. You know how dangerous pancreatitis is? It can kill you. You can get a pancreatitis and get sepsis with it. It can kill you. But they don't tell you that. Very serious digestive problems. Most people get digestive problems. There's very few that get away without any side effects. So anyway, I had to tell you, because I get asked about it every day. 7 days a week, I get people that want my opinion on these new Hollywood stars. They're stars. Because people, they work to lose weight. So what can I tell you? Okay, let's get to some other studies. I want to talk about exercise. I got at least two. Let me see if there's more. 2 studies on exercise. Yep, okay. 2 that I got right here. I thought there was 3. Okay, listen to this. Vitamin E, the real vitamin E. Funny, eh? How very few people today, like, you know, if you scour the internet and social media, you know what you'll never or rarely ever see anymore? You have to understand, I've been around for as long as the days of Noah, okay? And in the 1970s, one of the stars of vitamins was vitamin E, okay? And I was never, ever big on vitamin E. Not that I disliked it. We had a lot of teaching on vitamin E when I was in school, okay? Not like medical school where you get no teaching on vitamins. But, you know, in natural medicine, I got, lots of teaching. And vitamin E was sort of it was the cool kid on the block in the 1970s. And then, you know, like people talk about it, but not much. And today you hardly ever talk about vitamin E because the real vitamin E is what we did at the Martin Clinic. We changed it. Not to a nutrient, but the real vitamin E is exercise. And the more we study exercise, the more we realize that the Martin Clinic is right. It's the real vitamin E. Exercise. Listen to this. 6 minutes of exercise a day, like climbing stairs. Okay? Like climbing stairs. Or walking a little faster could slash cancer risk and heart disease by 40 to 50%. Now, guys, tell me a vitamin other than vitamin D that can do that. Okay? Remember, okay, I've told you my history, my background. When Linus Pauling won a Nobel Prize in medicine talking about the effects of vitamin C, ascorbic acid, even then I questioned, not that I didn't like vitamin C, okay? We'll talk about that. But I questioned it because I was always bigger, even back then, on vitamin D. The sun, steak, and steel. Listen to me. You need sun. And when you can't get the sun, you better be taking vitamin D. The research, guys, is so overwhelming. And everybody and their dog is scared of the sun. Why? You need it. Don't burn, but you need vitamin D. Okay, now, back to exercise, okay? I just did that because talking about, my dad started jogging. I was telling this to my grandchildren the other day. My dad, okay, so their great-grandfather, started jogging in 1968, okay, in the spring of 1968. I remember it. I was in high school, and my dad started jogging. Now, we didn't call it jogging because that word, as far as I know, wasn't even invented then. They didn't call it jogging. My dad was running on the spot in our living room in 1968. I thought he had flipped his lid. But my dad told me something. Son, I have sugar diabetes. No more sugar. What? No more sugar. And I'm going to start exercising to get in shape. And it only took me about a month. And I said to my dad, I love my dad so much. I said, Dad, when you get up to go running, because my mom kicked them outside, you're going to ruin my carpet, she said. I said, okay. And he went outside and started running. And I said, Dad, wake me up early before school and I'll go running with you. Okay? And then I think they invented the name jogging. So I started exercising. I always played a lot of sports. So it wasn't like I didn't exercise, but I never did any jogging. I remember my dad ran around the block to start, and then we used to go out to a track. I couldn't even keep up with my dad. I thought I was in good shape. I was huffing and puffing like I had smoked 4 packs of cigarettes, and I wasn't a smoker. I had no wind, but then I got used to it, and for 40 years, I jogged. And guys, vitamin E, exercise, imagine just 6 minutes. Just 6 minutes. Guys, just move. You know what? With a sedentary lifestyle like we have today, people just sit for way too long, including me. You have to understand, in my office, I sat because I couldn't stand up over my patients when I was giving them the result. I guess I could have. I intimidated them enough already. No, you sit down and you look at people eye to eye, right? And say, okay, this is your problem. Here's the results of your testing. And here's what I want you to do. I'd look at them right in the eyeballs. I didn't want to lord over them and stand up. So you know what happens? We're so sedentary. But research is showing that if you do just 6 minutes of exercise, and more intensive, but intensive doesn't mean you have to go to the gym. You could, but it just means if you can climb stairs. 6 minutes will slash your risk, or walk faster. I know Jeanette loves walking. I know Nicole loves walking. They walk. I love walking. Walk a little faster. Can you do that? It slashes your risk of cancer and heart disease by 40 to 50%. And let me give you a reason why, and this is a second study that was done, okay? Exercise, okay, this is a second study that was done on exercise. Exercise signals the body to repair itself. What? Yes. Exercise sends a signal to your body. You're exercising. You're sending a signal to your body to repair itself. Now, guys, you know that you have, or you are, a self-cleaning oven. Okay? Don't you like that about an oven? It cleans itself. You just press the button and it cleans itself, right? Well, your body has that. Now, I've always taught you, and for those new folks that are on with us, here's what my teaching on the self-cleaning oven. You have a self-cleaning oven for your body, okay? And you have a self-cleaning oven for your brain. It's called the glymphatic system. So you know about lymphatics, right? Like under your armpits and in your groin area, you got what we call lymphatics, okay? And when you are sleeping, your body cleans out, but especially the brain. It's not called the lymphatics, it's called the glymphatics, but you need to be sleeping to get that. But the rest of the body, okay, so you want that for your brain. Sleep is really important for your body, guys, especially your memory and your brain. You need to get the garbage out. But number two, listen, this is really important too. If you exercise, elevate the intensity, okay? We know that it slashes your risk of cancer and heart disease. Wow, almost 50%. Can you get over that? Isn't that fantastic news? Things you can do. But listen to this. Exercise that signals the body to repair itself. And your exercise is really, really important for repair. You want that repair because your body is always breaking down and you want to repair. So those 6 minutes of exercise a day, and exercise signals the body to repair itself. Okay, now let me just see. Okay. I got to do this one tomorrow because I'm going to talk about the best anti-inflammatory food. I got to hit this one tomorrow because it's going to be really, really good. Okay, so why don't we stop there? Let's see if I had another one on exercise. Nope. I thought I did, but I don't. Okay. So guys, what are we doing? Okay, you want to sign up for the 30 days? We'll have a link in our private Facebook group. If you're not a member of that, you can join that today. Okay, join the other 90,000 people who are members of our private I think it's 21,000, and the 90,000 of the people that follow us on Facebook. But you can be a member of our private club. So why don't you join us there? Okay, we love to have you. What a community. And then on January 1st or 2nd, you can start the reset. Well, you can start at any time. Just sign up for it. 30 days. What does that do? It corrects insulin resistance. Guys, that's so important. But for those who want to do 1 week, 6 days on the road, and that's a song. But if you do 6 days, 6 days of not eating any carbs, any sugars, just eating eggs, meat, and cheese, any way you like them, any way you slice them, okay, you will empty your liver. You will do a detox like nobody's business, but you will empty your liver of fat. Completely. If you have fatty liver, you will reverse it. Empty it, guys. Okay. Got the memo? Okay. Those are all the announcements. Okay, guys, we love you dearly. We appreciate you guys coming on with us, and we got a great week coming, so we'll see you soon. Okay? Invite your friends. Tell everybody about it. Share the podcast. The Doctor is In podcast. We love you dearly. Talk to you soon.